Alright, it is now the next day, and I'm going to pop these out. They're not quite cured yet, but should be fine. Wow, we've got some play with the front and the back. The alcohol ink didn't really seep through. Was kind of hoping that it did, but that's okay. It reminds me of a like floral psychedelic kind of pattern.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Alright, so I went to my local Michael's and got this embossing pad with refill. I couldn't find any like standalone ink. I'm sure there are other things I could find, but I really wanted to get going on this project, so I went ahead and bought what they had. And this, wasn't sure which type of powder to get, so I got this tinsel embossing powder. I'm not sure if it's gonna turn out like a solid metallic color. I'm hoping that it will, but I guess we'll see. It's the whole point of crafting, right? Alright. I do want to go a little bit over the edge, to kind of like give it a textured effect. That makes any sense? I'll start with a little bit at first, and you do want to put a piece of paper underneath to catch your excess embossing powder. And then you need a dry brush, which I did not bring. Emergency vehicles. So this brush is pretty perfect for this, I think. So I'm just gonna dust off the excess. It's all like sticking with static. It sounds like a cool band name, Sticking with Static. Alright, I'm gonna try this. So apparently you're just supposed to go in with low heat at first. Yikes. So this is actually melting the resin a little bit. So be careful about that. Didn't know that was a thing. Only use a little bit at a time of this stuff because it really dries fast. Also, a nice tip would probably be put your glitter away before you start using the heat gun, because then it'll just blow around everywhere. Alright, first coat is done. As you can see, there are some spots that need redoing. I will let this cool off because it's pretty hot. So now that this room is filled with plastic fumes. And my coaster is kind of a mess. I don't believe this is the best way to finish your resin pieces. Still sticky. I was holding the heat gun on there for a while and didn't seem to be working. Maybe I got the wrong type of embossing powder, but this is not efficient in any way and not enjoying the process, to be honest. So
3, 2,
let's try a different way.
Fight.
Well, I hated that. So our next option will be this enamel paint. It's not going on like super thick. Oh. But maybe if you build it up with a couple of coats. Why is that happening? It will give it some texture. It's pretty forgiving to clean up if you go a little too far outside the edges. Today is not my day when it comes to being not messy, but we shall go on. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of digging the smell of this. So I think we have a winner with the enamel paint. It's easy, it's fast, and by roughing up the edges a little bit, it doesn't look like we just took a marker. It looks a little bit more natural, like maybe like a electroforming. The texture's not really there, but I think it's a fine way to edge your pieces. So yeah, I think I'll be doing this technique.